Hi, my name is Katie Siskind. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist at Wisdom Within Counseling in Niantic, Connecticut. In this video, I wanted to tell you all about how you can change your attitude and change your mind even if you are presented with stress. So first off, I just wanted to, I've recently been starting my videos with a short story. So this morning I woke up and I taught, hi Nick, how's it going? I taught chair yoga at the East Lyme Senior Center, and I had my group of chair yogis. These are people who still want to do yoga, and they're in their between 70 and 95. And I have a chair yogi, one woman in particular. Her name is Helen, and she's 94. And every day she comes into class, she's wearing a super cute color coordinated outfit of green, all green pants, all green shirt. Or she could be wearing yellow that day. She'd have like a yellow sweater, a yellow shirt, yellow pants, yellow socks. Like, she just is such a personable character. Hi, Gary. How's it going today? And so during this chair yoga class, Helen, who's 94, she comes in with her side bangs, her makeup all done. She looks so cute for this class. It's like her outing for the morning. She drives herself there too. And I even asked her, I was like, do you drive on the highway? And she was like, no, I just drive myself to chair yoga in town. So Helen always requests balancing, and she says, hey Katie, can you do extra balancing today? I'm always working on my balance. And Helen is an inspiring woman. She's motivating because even on the rainiest days, when it's hailing, when it's raining, and all these other yogis, they just say, oh, it's too rainy, I'm not gonna go. And there are just a few people in the class on that day. She always shows up no matter what. So she's dedicated, she's committed, and she also just knows her edge. So Helen, who's 94, she has a shoulder issue where she can't raise her right arm higher than shoulder height. And some movements require reaching and different things, different movements, and she knows her limits. So Helen, hi Elizabeth, thanks for jumping in, Liz. So Helen, who's this 94-year-old yogi, chair yogi, she always comes in these cute outfits. She comes put together, but she also knows her limits. She knows her edge. She knows when to back off. But even though she's probably the oldest member in this particular class, she has the most playful attitude. Her mindset is of a beginner. Her mindset is never stressed out. She's not one of the people that's like, oh, I can't lift my arm today and I'm so frustrated and I'm gonna feel miserable and everyone has to feel miserable with me. She's not that type of person. She has a mindset of a beginner. Of every day she comes to chair yoga, she asks for the same thing of balancing because she wants to grow. She's ready to try a challenge even though she might be holding the chair while balancing. She always is trying, and she's never rolling her eyes. She's never giving up attitude. Even though she's 94 and has a lot of things to complain about. She could complain about her health. She could complain about, her hair. She could complain about a lot of things, just like all of us. But the reason I'm sharing this story about Helen with you is because just like Helen chooses to show up at chair yoga when everyone else, even people who are younger than her, when they don't show up, she's there. She shows up and does what she can and then leaves a positive impact on everyone in that class. And just like you can choose to focus on the negative, if you think about all the things going bad in your life, you would have a laundry list plus pages and pages and pages. But it is actually a choice. You get to choose what you think about. So if you start to think about all the things you're stressed out about, you're only going to be feeling overwhelmed, insecure, depressed, and possibly anxious as well. Maybe anxious is the first one. But if you can choose, if first you notice you're thinking about, those negative things or regrets, guilt, wishing you could take back a mistake, really wanting to be somewhere in life where you're not, like maybe you know someone who makes more money than you and you're just feeling resentful and wishing you could do that. If you notice that, step one is to notice. Step two is to acknowledge the feeling and then choose a more positive thought. So you could say, I'm really grateful just to be alive right now. Like, that's a gift. Not everyone had that today. So you're better off, because you're alive. You're given another day by this divine energy in the universe. Or you could just be like grateful to have clothes on your body, or grateful to have had breakfast, or grateful to any little thing, have shelter, that you woke up and it wasn't frost or snow or climate environment on your skin. You had shelter, you had a blanket covering your body on your mattress. Like, it doesn't have to be fancy, but you do get to choose. So in this video, I hope that you will take away, if you have stress, and it's more than the stress, like it's how the stress gets to you. And by choosing your thoughts, you'll actually be able to gain back your power over the stress. So the stress won't be as stressful. You'll be acknowledging that, okay, let's just say, okay, something happened, that plans changed. It could be stress, you could freak out, or, and maybe even in that, if you freak out, you're tormented for hours or days later. If you notice the stress, plans change, you say, all right, I'm going to be flexible. I'm going to accept the situation, and I'm going to be positive about my bright future now that plans have changed. So really important, those 3 things are absolutely essential. And to be playful, to say, well, I guess it was just meant to be. I'm going to change my plans, and that's just how it is. Accepting life on life's terms. Another really good quote is, meet the world where the world meets you. This is really powerful, and I actually heard it in a yoga podcast. Dave Famar is a great yoga teacher, and I was listening to his yoga podcast, doing some yoga, doing my down dogs, and he said that. And meet the world where the world meets you. It's really positive, really powerful. And hi, Sarah. Thanks for jumping in. So good to have you. So when we try to change or fix, it's this negative cycle. So we see someone, maybe a loved one, if you're a changer or fixer, we're like, oh yeah, I can fix that for them. But what that does is it takes away their power, and then almost it's imbalanced. So what we want to do is focus on ourselves. If you start to say, oh yeah, I could recommend this, I could tell them exactly how they could do this better, my way is the right way, there's only one right way to do this, So you get in that space, now you want to step away. You want to observe yourself like an owl, standing in a tree, perched in a little tree, looking down on the mice, looking down on the grass. You become that owl, the observer of your own mind. And the first moment you can do this is when you are aware. So to notice negative thoughts, to acknowledge the feelings, and then to choose a rational thought. If you're feeling overwhelmed, I'm okay. I've gotten through the situations like this before. Even though this might feel really intense, I'm going to get through this. Everything will be okay. When you can go in with positive self-talk, you take back your power. Your power to be confident in yourself, your power to set healthy boundaries, and your power to accept, because we're constantly trying to be like, oh, if I could have changed the past, I'd be so different. Or in the future, oh yeah, I need all these great things in order to be better than who I am. And neither of those statements are rational. They actually create more negative thinking. So if you look at the past, and you're like, all right, been through some stuff, you can use that and see that as a positive experience, a transformative memory, to manifest positive energy and a bright future, a bright life that you deserve, like a life worth living, waking up, being excited for your morning and your day, and in therapy, we get to create that together, a life worth living, because sometimes you need help. That's a big thing to do. Hi, Sarah. And so, if you notice a negative thought right in that moment, choose positive. You don't have to jump on that thought or that feeling. It might even be a relief to know that you can let go. Sometimes in our patterns, we've seen people kind of drama llamas. They kind of take one little nugget of drama and then make 10 nuggets out of it. They know how, they know misery loves company, and they're the misery pulling in their company. And if we're not strong in ourselves, and have a strong backbone, or whatever you'd like to visualize, a shield of armor, of healing and loving kindness, where those arrows just bounce right off. if we're not strong and confident and grounded in ourselves and our hearts, our energy, we're very easily, hi Carmen, thanks for jumping in, we're very easily swayed. So when that negative drama llama comes in, if we're not strong, don't have a good support network, we end up getting sucked in, and then we're like, oh man, what just happened? Like now I feel so drained and heavy, and maybe even there's some depression that comes up or anxiety. So we all need a safe place, and I would love my office to be your safe place, to let go, to release, to come to a really positive place within yourself. And I incorporate art, yoga, music, and outdoor therapies along with traditional talk counseling. So I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist and a 500-hour registered yoga teacher. In my practice, Wisdom Within Counseling in Niantic, Connecticut, I combine my holistic backgrounds and specialties for art, yoga, music, and outdoor time with talk counseling, because talking can be so helpful for adults. It's like the best thing. You can talk it out. However, for even people 18 and under, they need to be doing something, like experiencing something positive in the body in order to really enjoy the moment. Like if you ask a 5-year-old to sit and talk, it just doesn't happen. They need Legos, they need chalk, they need a goldfish to say hi to, all these different music instruments. They need to be doing something, and through the doing, the experience, the positive coping skill is learned. For adults, oftentimes walk and talk therapy is so positive, and it can be so beautiful along the Niantic Bay Boardwalk, where you blast away depression and calm anxiety while learning a positive coping skill in session. So typically you'd go to therapy and have to talk for an hour, then go for your walk, but you can do both at the same time and have a walking buddy who's a professional therapist like myself. If you're interested in more information on my private practice, Wisdom Within Counseling, visit wisdomwithinct.com or send me a text message to get started, 860-451-9364. I have tons of videos like this with positive coping skills that you can listen to if you're having anxiety or just need a little pep talk, all under the resources tab on my website. I'm also super excited because I've recently been featured as an expert in quite a few articles, which you can find under the In the Media tab on my website. Articles for fathers going through divorce, for parents trying to help their children find humor in life, for couples who are learning to reconnect and rekindle their intimate love life, all different topics of wellness, nutrition, overall a healthy lifestyle. So I'm signing off for now. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. This is Katie Zeskind with Wisdom Within Counseling. Have a great Friday.